Welcome back to Global Wheel Hub, where today we're taking a close look at the 2027 Yamaha FZ-RAVE, a motorcycle that brings Yamaha's familiar FZ formula together with the sharper street fighter attitude, practical everyday performance, and an aggressive new visual identity. Before we begin, one important note: Yamaha's officially published specifications currently identify the FZ-RAVE as the existing 149cc model, so the 2027 designation should be treated as a model year discussion rather than confirmed 2027 technical specifications. From the first glance, the FZ-RAVE is designed to stand out. Instead of looking like a basic commuter, Yamaha has given this motorcycle a muscular street presence. The fuel tank has a strong, sculpted appearance, the graphics add a youthful edge, and the colored alloy wheels immediately attract attention. One of the biggest visual highlights is the aggressive LED projector headlight with an integrated position light. It gives the motorcycle a sharper face and helps create that modern street fighter personality. Yamaha currently offers the FZ-RAVE in colors including matte titan and metallic black, with contrasting colored wheels that make the design even more distinctive. Move toward the side and the proportions become even more interesting. The motorcycle uses a compact street bike silhouette with a muscular tank, exposed mechanical components, a sporty undercowl and a two-level seat. The undercowl is not simply there for styling. Yamaha says it also helps reduce mud and dirt splashing onto the lower engine area. The overall design manages to look sporty without becoming uncomfortable or impractical for everyday riding. At the rear, the FZ-RAVE keeps things relatively compact. The tail section rises slightly from the main body, reinforcing its sporty appearance, while the broad rear tire gives the motorcycle a planted stance. Yamaha fits a 140/60 R17 radial rear tire, while the front uses a 180/17 tube loose tire. That wider rear setup contributes to the bike's confident road presence and should provide useful grip for normal city and highway riding. Now let's talk about the engine, because this is where the FZ-RAVE takes a more practical approach rather than chasing outright horsepower. Power comes from a 149cc, single-cylinder, air-cooled, 4-stroke stock engine with fuel injection and 2 valves. Official specifications list approximately 12.4 PS at 7,250 revolutions per minute and 13.3 Newton-meters of torque at 5,500 revolutions per minute, connected to a 5-speed transmission. Those numbers may not sound extreme, but that isn't really the purpose of the FZ-RAVE. This motorcycle is aimed at riders who want smooth, predictable unusable performance for everyday roads. The fuel-injected engine should deliver manageable acceleration, especially in urban traffic, while the relatively lightweight 136 kg curb weight helps make the motorcycle easy to control. When you twist the throttle, the FZ-RAVE is more about linear acceleration than explosive performance. For commuting, overtaking slower traffic and navigating crowded streets, that predictable power delivery can actually be a major advantage. Riders moving up from smaller motorcycles should also find the engine approachable rather than intimidating. The 5-speed gearbox complements that character. Instead of requiring constant aggressive shifting, the engine is designed around usable mid-range performance. This makes the FZ-RAVE particularly attractive for riders who spend much of their time in city traffic but occasionally want to take the motorcycle onto open roads. Fuel efficiency is another major selling point. Depending on traffic, riding style, road conditions and maintenance, the FZ-RAVE is positioned as an economical 150cc motorcycle, with published mileage figures around the mid-50 km per liter range from automotive sources. The motorcycle also has a 13-liter fuel tank, which is a useful size for a bike designed for daily transportation. Combine that tank with an efficient 149cc engine and the FZ-RAVE can potentially provide a respectable riding range between fuel stops. Handling is another area where the Yamaha formula becomes important. The FZ-RAVE uses a diamond-type frame, telescopic front suspension and Yamaha's monocross rear suspension system. This setup is intended to provide a balance between comfort and stability. For everyday riding, the suspension setup should be one of the motorcycle's strongest qualities. It isn't designed as a track machine, but rather as a street motorcycle that needs to deal with imperfect roads, speed breakers, corners and changing traffic conditions. The lightweight chassis should also make low-speed maneuvering relatively easy. Braking hardware is equally important. The FZ-RAVE uses a 282mm front disc and a 220mm rear disc, supported by single-channel ABS. The ABS system helps reduce the possibility of front-wheel lockup during hard braking, particularly when road conditions become slippery. However, riders should understand that this is single-channel ABS, not dual-channel ABS. That is one area where some competitors can offer more sophisticated braking technology. Still, for everyday urban riding, the combination of disc brakes and ABS provides an important safety advantage over basic braking systems. Step onto the motorcycle and the ergonomics continue the everyday-friendly theme. The seat height is approximately 790mm, while ground clearance is around 165mm. The upright riding position is intended to provide a comfortable view of traffic and reduce the aggressive crouching position associated with fully faired sport motorcycles. The two-level seat also provides additional support for both rider and passenger. That makes the FZ-RAVE more versatile than a motorcycle designed purely around aggressive solo riding. Whether you're commuting to work, heading to college, running errands or taking a weekend ride, the seating position should remain one of the bike's practical strengths. Technology is kept relatively simple but useful. The motorcycle features a negative LCD instrument cluster displaying essential information such as speed, tachometer readings and fuel level. Yamaha also equips the motorcycle with LED lighting, giving it a more modern appearance while improving visibility. Another interesting feature is E20 fuel compatibility. That means the motorcycle is designed to operate with petrol containing up to 20% ethanol, aligning with India's newer fuel standards and Yamaha's emissions-related goals.